we're going to continue on talking about systems of equations and learn another method. One thing you'll notice with the graphing that we did in the last lesson is that you have to be extremely accurate with your graphs. The lines have to be really straight and drawn at the precise angle, or it could really mess your solutions up. So when we use graphing, we usually say we're finding them approximately. Substitution and elimination are two methods that help you find the exact answer using algebra. So you don't have to graph for these unless you really want to check your work. So we're going to use substitution in this lesson and elimination in the next lesson. Okay, again, there's a model and discuss here. You are going to look at this problem and either enter your solutions or your answers online or through Edpuzzle. It works either way. So I'm going to go ahead and hit pause here. Once you're done, submit your answers, and then you can move on. Okay, here's my solution. You would need to use more of the 10% solution because it's closer to 8% than 5% is. You could set up a system of equations like we did in the last unit. So x plus y, so x is the amount of this first solution, y is the amount of this second solution. We're going to add those two totals together to get the 1,000 milliliters. And then we want it to be an 8% saline solution. I think I might have written that down correctly. So when we set this up, 10% is 0.10, 5% is 0.05, and then the reason we have 80 is because we're doing 0.08 times the 1,000. So that's going to help you out there. You can solve this by graphing and then find your x and y where those two lines intersect. And there are other methods. Your answers will vary. We're going to talk about a method here in a second. So solving a system of equations using a graph is always ideal, like I mentioned. So we are going to learn about substitution. You are still going to find x and y. So what we're going to do is substitute the expression from one equation into the other to solve. Okay, so when we're doing this, we have a system here. Our first step is to substitute this part of the first equation into the second equation, and we can do that because I have a y equals here, so that's telling me that I could replace this y with what's in the box. So substitute, and we are going to write this as 3x minus 8, and then we're substituting 6x plus 7 equals 4. Okay, step 2 is to solve for x. So remember, if we have parentheses, we are going to start by distributing through those parentheses. So we're going to multiply here, multiply there. We're going to get 3x minus 48x minus 56. Be really careful with the sign because that is a negative 8 there. We're going to combine our like terms, so we get negative 45x minus 56 equals 4. We're going to add 56 to both sides. So that cancels, and get negative 45x equals 60, and then divide by negative 45 on both sides. So when you type that in your calculator, you should get negative 4/3. Okay, actually, if you type it in your calculator, probably getting negative 1.3 repeating. Remember to change that to a fraction. So next step for step 3 is to plug our answer for x in and solve for y. So it doesn't matter which equation you start with. I'm actually going to start with the first one because it's in an easier form for me to deal with. So 6 times negative 4/3 gives you negative 8. If you're not sure how to type that in your calculator, please let me know. So then I get negative 8 plus 7, which is negative 1. Now, since I plugged that into the first equation, my last step is to check. We're going to check by using the equation we didn't use for step 3. So I'm going to do 3 times negative 4/3 minus 8 times negative 1/3, negative 1 equals 4. And if you plug this in the calculator, you get negative 4, and this one gives you a positive 8, so negative 4 plus 8 gives you 4. Okay, that works. So our solution is going to be negative 4/3 for our x and negative 1 for our y. Okay, Online, there's an additional example here, and then you also need to do the try it problems and enter your solutions in Edpuzzle or online. Okay, example 2. Here is your 3.0. A vacation resort offers surfing lessons and parasailing. If a person takes a surfing lesson and goes parasailing, she will pay a total of $175. On Friday, the resort collects a total of $3,101 for activities. How much does each activity cost? Well, if one person does this, they do one of each, that's $175. Total, they had 16 people go parasailing and 20 people go take surfing lessons for a total of $3,101. To model this system by graphing, you can jump over to Desmos again, and I'm going to come back to that. We're going to focus on substitution here. Before I can substitute, I need the y or the x to be by itself. So I use my highlighter here. So I want to get this y alone, which means I need to subtract x from both sides in that problem. So I'm going to start here by doing x plus y equals 175, and I'm going to subtract x from both sides. Can't combine those together because they're not like terms, but this helps me so that I can substitute 175 minus x into this spot right there. And once I show you the next lesson, you're going to use the other method with this anyway. So 16x plus 20 times 175 minus x, okay, substituting that in, equals 3,101. Distribute, and 20 times 175 is 3,500. Minus 20x equals 3,101. We're going to combine our like terms here and here, so we get negative 4x plus 3,500 equals 3,101. Move everything over. We get negative 4x equals negative 399. So if I divide by negative 4, make sure it's a negative 4, I get 99.75. So that means it costs $99.75 to go parasailing. It's really easy to find the other part. I'm going to take this and plug it back in up here. So if she paid $99.75 to go parasailing, if I subtract that from 175, we find out that surfing lessons are $75.25. Okay. Again, try it problems. You can enter them here on Edpuzzle or on your online website, and you will be good there. Okay, example 3. This is already set up nicely for both of these, so I'm going to highlight both of them as I have this open. I'm going to put 3x plus 1 in for my y there, and 5x minus 4 in for my y there. You're going to notice here that these are some special cases. So when I plug this in, I get 6x minus 2 times 3x plus 1 equals negative 2. We're going to distribute, so 6x minus 6x minus 2, because that's a negative 2 there, equals negative 2. Notice that when I go to combine my like terms here, this cancels. So I get negative 2 equals negative 2. I like that, it's true. This is that case that we saw where there's infinite solutions. No matter what we plug in to here that works, it will also work in there. For this next one, when I substitute, this is really like a negative 1 out front, so keep that in mind. I'm going to distribute. I get 5x minus 5x plus 4 equals negative 4. And when I combine my like terms, this time they cancel, but I get 4 equals negative 4. Equals negative 4. Okay, that one doesn't make me as happy because 4 and -4 aren't the same. I'd rather have $4 in my pocket than owe somebody $4. This is a no solution problem or an empty set. Okay, try these, enter your answers. So the try it problems online or on 153 in your book online, and enter those into Edpuzzle or online so I can see your solutions. And the last one. Nate starts a lawn mowing business. In his business, he has expense and revenue. Nate's expenses are the cost of the lawnmower and the gas. His revenue is $75 per lawn. At what point will Nate's revenue exceed his expenses? So the lawnmower is $200 plus it costs $2 per lawn to mow. Okay. His revenue is $25 per lawn. This case, you can graph or use substitution, and this is where people get stuck with their substitution. I'm just going to take that and put it right here. Okay, so I'm going to do 25x equals 200 plus 2x. We're going to subtract 2x from both sides to get 23x equals 200, and then divide by 23. Okay, so 200 divided by 23 is about 8.7. We round up, so 8.7. So what we found here is this is 8.7 lawns mowed. So on the 9th lawn mowed, he will make money. Okay. The reason I don't go to 8 is because I have to round up to the nearest full lawn. Okay. Again, there's an additional example online. I want you to try that. Try it problem, enter your answers, and you should be good. When you go to the practice, you can either do it online or using the online book. The 4.2 quiz is just to check to see how you're doing with your understanding. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask.